What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well on this TGIF Friday as I sit down at a new desk. Actually bought a new desk a few days ago. One of the gentlemen that hangs out in the Discord had posted that Wayfair had desk on sale, office furniture on sale. Went in there and found a nice one of those automatic stand-up desks that was priced pretty good. So I bought it. It came in today. I put it together, have it pretty much set back up the way I like it. So we'll be testing this out for the next couple of weeks, see how I like it. I already do like the surface area of it because it is bigger than my old desk. And I do like the ability to adjust the height even while sitting. And we'll see how it goes for standing because that's something new to me. I'm just always used to sitting. That's what I thought we were supposed to do at a desk. But sitting down to get a red day recap out of the way. And this red recap is somewhat self-imposed. Today. I took a trade on NVDA this morning and got out of that trade green. Actually was up probably about 50 bucks on two contracts. Ended up letting it come back down. Got out around $10. And I took another contract with the thought it's either going to expire worthless or I'm going to ride this thing out, anticipating the market to do what it had done the last few days, and it didn't do it. It did not do it. So the contract basically expired worthless. I ended up buying another contract a little later in the afternoon, kind of trying to dollar cost that average in case the market bounced. And we just never got that bounce. It would push up and just get pushed right back down again. So self-imposed red day is what I'm kind of calling this one. But we did make some other purchases as well today. So let's bring up TRADERVUE. We'll look at the details. Reviewing trades for Friday, May 19th. Took a total of 6 trades today. Closed P&L $35 in the red. Like I said, NVDA. First trade made 10 bucks. Second trade, basically just a, we just let that thing basically go to zero. I'm also in a Foot Locker position. I'm not sure if y'all looked at the chart for Foot Locker today, but it got hammered on earnings. Basically buying that one to maybe kind of snap back up and get maybe half of what it has lost. We were green a little bit on that most of the day, and then it kind of sold off at the end of the day. Amazon, Tesla, and Apple, those are all trades that I bought basically to see if the market kind of snaps back up next week. I still got faith that we are going to see the market snap next week. So decided to hold those. Amazon basically closed flat on the day. Tesla and Apple, both of those are kind of red. So we'll see what they do next week. Hoping. As they say, hope is not a strategy, but I'm hoping that the market kind of bounces back and continues that move that we saw yesterday. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up Thinkorswim. We'll take a peek at the SPY real quick and take a peek at NVDA, see what we did. But we see the SPY actually set a high of 420.87 pre-market. Market opens and this thing just kind of chops around and it could never break that 420 area. Probably drop a line right there. Let me go ahead and change that to that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop a line right there. Let's see, right there. We could never break that area. It just kept tapping it and failing. And once it finally failed this time, gave up the ghost. And then it just started catching support at the 50 moving average. Caught it there, and caught it there. If you just played that move every time that it caught it, and after this first one, you put your stop down below that, you're getting paid, because this is going basically from 417.50 up to 419. 417.50 up to about 419. So after this first one, you could somewhat just put your stop right there and you never get tagged. So that's what the SPY did today. If we come over and look at the hourly, it does have a ugly little flag going right there. The good thing is that it is higher lows and just about even highs, as I would call it. I will put those highs right there with these little peekaboos over the top of it, but fairly even highs with higher lows. We do have VWAP. Make sure that that's VWAP though. Or no, that's the, why is that? What is that? 50, but why is it blue? Let's change that to black. That color is throwing me off. There we go. So 50 moving average, kind of rising, catching support off of it, which it had been doing right here. You're just getting to see that picture as it's rising. So see if next week we can get something to kind of motivate this market to get back higher, because if we can break this week's high of 420.72, man, I think this market is still primed to go higher. But let's go ahead. Let's take a peek at NVDA. Actually, no, let's take a peek at Foot Locker first. Let's look and see what Foot Locker did pre-market, y'all. Look at this. Foot Locker tanks on earnings. It goes from $40+ all the way down to $30. If we come down and we look at the weekly chart, pre-market, we see that it's kind of trading up along this area. So I came over and I looked at the weekly to see if there was anything there. And sure enough, right there, we see that this area right here was what the SPY was trading on. I came over, I looked at the lows of that area. So I dropped the line right there. Said if Foot Locker can hold $30, I do think that this will bounce. I do think that we will get a bounce on this. So we see that it came through here. It held. I ended up purchasing right here. Came and it did dip a little lower. And then it's just been kind of chopping along. We see that it kind of tried to make this move. At this point, like I said, I was green. I was green pretty good, considering I'm only in 20 shares. But this is one that I hold. We come over and we look at the hourly chart. I'm going to be looking to see if this can kind of curl. If it dips 29.50 or so, I'll get out. I'll take that. Whatever that loss is, be fairly small. I'm in at 30.40. Let's call it 29.50. I'll lose $20. So I'm willing to take the risk on losing $20 for this to possibly go $5-6. So that's the thought process on that trade right there. Let's go ahead, pull up 3 charts, and we're going to look at NVDA, and I'm going to shut this one down. This is getting done a little late in the evening, and I am starting to feel it, which is kind of strange for me. So let's go ahead, blow up the charts there. This was a 0 DTE, so like I said, it basically expired out, worthless. Let's see where we got in on the first one. So we got in off of this candle right here. Change that to an arrow. I thought was to get in. Let me drop it out there so you can kind of see it. Getting in off of this candle right here as it is coming down and breaking right here. First thing that I notice, we're below VWAP. So already bad. I shouldn't have no thoughts of going long right now until we can get over VWAP and hold it. But I'm in right there. I'm in at 58 and I got 2 contracts. This thing hits a high of 96. What is that? That's almost 40 cents a contract. So I was up closer to $80 when this was up here. And for whatever reason, let this thing come all the way back down. I get stopped out in this candle right here. And I make $10 on the trade. So at that point, I'm like, one other thing. My internet just sucked today. I ended up trading using, I got a Wi-Fi hotspot I keep in my backpack. Ended up trading using that. So I ended up buying another contract on NVDA as this was coming down to the weekly up channel. I thought we should catch support off the weekly. I closed my laptop down and I just was like, all right, I'm done. Don't plan on looking at this until the end of the market. And this thing just kind of traded. And if you notice, this is the weekly up channel. Look where we were trading at today on the option contract at previous day's low. So this thing just kind of chops around previous day's low. Finally breaks the weekly up channel. And then we get a little pop. And I don't know why. This is only $8, but I buy another contract right here as this is coming up to claim VWAP. But the thing is, on a 0 DTE contract, so 0 days to expiration, that was throwing that money away. This late in the afternoon, unless this thing just ripped, this contract was not going to get any value added to it. It just wasn't. So basically just threw another $8 to the wind. We see that this thing's just kind of chopped around. Every time it looked like the bulls was going to be able to do something, it got rejected. And I'm not sure what these lines are right there. Okay, let's come over and look at the hourly right here. So we do see these were up channels. I had that one as a blue line. Let's make it purple and then you'll see it a little bit better. So that was a down line right there. And look at what it was doing. It was rejecting it. Came down, tried to get out again. And that's where the market ended up closing at. So took that one on the chin. But we'll be back at it again on Monday. And like I said, hopefully Monday, the market wants to get back on track. We'll trade it however it goes. Just bad trade though this morning, getting in under VWAP and still possibly having a chance to make $80 had we got out of those contracts. That would have changed the entire dynamic of the morning up. But Thanks for checking me out. As always, if you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. Yesterday, I kind of went through and looked at a couple of charts, and Meta, man, I did a short on Meta yesterday. If you bought 10 shares of Meta January 2023, you would not have paid more than $125 per share. And had you sold those things yesterday, they would have been almost worth double. Apple, same thought process. You buy 10 shares in January, you would have sold them yesterday, you would have made $500 on them. So if you're not long-term investing and you are young as in under $30, or not $30, what am I talking about? Under 30 years old. Look at long-term investing. Long-term, 10 years or more. That's a less than 5 month period where your money could have doubled. But just keep hammering in on it. Dollar cost averaging every week. I would never tell you what to buy, but just think about what you use on a regular basis, that you know these companies not going anywhere. They got ETFs that's out there nowadays that make it easy to where it is a basket of stocks up in there for you already. Or like I said, if you want to go out on your own and just choose some individual stocks that you're familiar with that are companies that's been around for a while, got a good track record, you could do that too. But take advantage of this market. The real time to take advantage of it was last year to a couple of years ago when it was heavily discounted. But it's never too late to get in it. It is never too late to get in the market. And when you dollar cost average, you'll buy it at the highs, you'll buy it at the lows, but the market has never went down and stayed down. So the thing is to be consistent and to just constantly be pumping money into an account. I use M1 Finance for my long-term investing, but you can use any of the companies that's out there. E-Trade, Thinkorswim, Webull, Robinhood. They all basically do the same. I like M1 Finance because you can create your own pies. You could tell it to put 10 cent or 10% on this stock, 5% on that stock, 20% on that stock. I want to do $100 a week, and it will go out there and fractionally buy those shares of stocks that you pick. And you do that once a week, once every 2 weeks. In a year's time, you'll be amazed at what you have in that account. And it's a good way to save some money too. So think about it. If you're not long-term in investing, and then if you are young, those are the ones I'm really preaching to, because I wish somebody had preached that to me when I was younger. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, and we'll be back at it next week. Peace.